Most people who set goals never reach them, and it is not because they are not trying hard enough. It is because nobody ever told them the truth about how goals actually work. That is what this video is about. Let me ask you something. How many times have you set a goal, written it down, got excited about it, maybe even told someone about it, and then 6 months later that goal was still sitting exactly where you left it? And every time it happens, you tell yourself the same thing. Next time, I will be more prepared. Next time, I will have more money. Next time, I will have more time. Next time, everything will be in place and then I will start. But next time never comes and the goal never moves. Today, I want to show you exactly why that keeps happening. And more importantly, what to do instead. Here is the false belief I want to address today. I need to have everything perfect before I start. This belief sounds responsible. It even sounds wise. I am just being careful. I am just making sure I am ready. I do not want to fail again. But here is the truth nobody tells you. Perfectionism is not preparation. Perfectionism is fear wearing a very convincing disguise. It is the voice that says, wait until you have more money. Wait until you have more knowledge. Wait until the time is right. Wait until the children are older. Wait until the economy improves. And while you are waiting, life is moving. Opportunities are passing. And the version of you that could have built something extraordinary is still sitting at the starting line waiting for a perfect moment that will never arrive. In Bible, Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 4 says, whoever watches the wind will not plant. Whoever looks at the clouds will not reap. Read that again slowly. Whoever watches the wind will not plant. In other words, if you are waiting for the perfect conditions to start, you will never start. The farmer who waits for the perfect day to plant his seeds will watch the entire season pass without planting a single one. And at harvest time, he will have nothing to show for all his careful waiting. God never promised perfect conditions. He promised to be with you in imperfect ones. The instruction was never wait until everything is ready. The instruction was go and I will be with you. So why are your goals not working? Here is the real reason. Most people treat goals like destinations. They pick a point on the map, draw a straight line to it, and expect the journey to look exactly like they planned. And when it does not, when the road gets messy, when unexpected things happen, when they hit a wall, they stop. Because this was not in the plan. But here is what the most successful people in the world understand that nobody talks about. Goals are not destinations. Goals are directions. A destination says, I will arrive at this exact point in this exact way at this exact time. But a direction says, I am moving towards this, and however the road bends, I will keep moving forward. The difference between those two approaches is everything. Because when you treat a goal as a destination, any deviation feels like failure. But when you treat a goal as a direction, every step forward counts. Every lesson learned counts. Every adjustment made counts. You stop waiting for perfect and you start moving with purpose. And here is what movement does that waiting never can. Movement creates clarity. You will never think your way to the next level. You will never plan your way to the next level. You will only move your way there. The clarity you are waiting for before you start is actually waiting for you on the other side of starting. I used to be the person who waited. I had ideas, I had dreams, I had goals written in notebooks that never left drawer. And every time I looked at those goals, I told myself the same story. Not yet, not ready, not enough. I was waiting for the perfect moment to start writing my own book. I was waiting until I had the right words, the right platform, the right everything. And one day I realized something that changed everything for me. The book I was waiting to write perfectly was never going to be written because perfection does not produce books, action produces books. So I started imperfectly, messily, without everything in place. And that imperfect start became a published book called Limits Exist Until You Break Them. Not because I waited until I was ready, but because I decided that starting imperfectly was better than never starting at all. The moment I moved, everything I needed began to appear. Not before, after. Always after. So, what do you do with this today? Here is one principle I want you to take away from this video. Stop asking, am I ready? And start asking, am I moving? Those are two completely different questions, and they produce two completely different lives. Am I ready keeps you waiting indefinitely because ready is a feeling and feelings are unreliable. Am I moving keeps you in action because movement is a choice and choices are always available to you right now. Here is what I want you to do today. Just pick one goal you have been waiting to start. Not 10, just one. And identify the smallest possible first step you can take today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. It does not need to be a big step. It does not need to be a perfect step. It just needs to be a step. Because here is what I have learned and what I want you to remember. God does not ask for perfection before He moves on your behalf. He asks for faith, and faith without works is dead. The work does not need to be perfect, it just needs to begin. I want to hear from you right now. What is the one goal you have been waiting to start? What have you been telling yourself you need before you begin? Drop it in the comments below because sometimes just writing it down is the first step that breaks everything open. Here is what I want to leave with you today. The perfect moment you are waiting for is not coming, but the person you are waiting to become is already inside you. They have been there the whole time, waiting not for perfect conditions, waiting for your permission to begin. And in the next video, I want to talk about something that connects directly to everything we discussed today. Because starting is just one thing, but there is a specific reason why most people start strong and then fade. And it has nothing to do with discipline or motivation. Once you understand it, you will never look at your progress the same way again. Make sure you are subscribed because that one is going to change how you move.